First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. Much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. I just want to, pretty much say this very quick lesson. If the Spirit allows it, who knows how long the Lord will have me go on this. But I wanted to say that it would be very interesting, right, if Trump is that individual to be in office for the last Trump. Okay. And last Trump meaning, with the destruction and Yahushua coming back, for him to be that individual in office when that happens would prove that the Heavenly Father Yahweh has a sense of humor, because we know nothing is by coincidence. We know man's goings is of the Lord, right? Let's get that real quick. It reads, Proverbs 20:24. It says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So man's goings is of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, right? So he directs man's steps, right? Including your parents to name you what they named you. None of that was coincidence, right? The reason America is named America, which means bitter, is not coincidence. Okay? The reason these Edomites came here and they conquered Gad, none of that was coincidence. That was all written, in the heavens by Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Right? So him being named Trump, having the last name Trump and being the last president, if that were to happen, then guess what? That would not be a coincidence. All right. And I want to show also an example of some humor, dealing with the Heavenly Father, which there's many examples. But the man named Nabal, the spirit was on his parents to name him Nabal. Okay. And when you read the story of Nabal, you see that he was a real, he fit his name. Right. This is 1 Samuel 25:3. It says, now the name of the man was Nabal, and the name of his wife Abigail, and she was a woman of good understanding and a beautiful countenance. But the man was churlish and evil in his doings, and he was of the house of Caleb. Okay, meaning that he was a Judite. Okay. Let's go to matter of fact, let's read what this fool said. And David heard in the wilderness that Nabal did shear his sheep. And David sent out 10 young men. And David said unto the young men, get you up to Carmel and go to Nabal and greet him in my name. And thus shall ye say to him that liveth in prosperity, peace be both to thee, and peace be to thine house, and peace be unto all that thou hast. And now I have heard that thou hast shearers. Now thy shepherds, which were with us, we hurt them not, neither was there aught missing unto them. All the while they were in Carmel. Ask thy young men, and they will shew thee. Wherefore, let the young men find favor in thine eyes, for we come in a good day. Give I pray thee whatsoever cometh of thine hand unto thy servants and to thy son David. And when David's young men came, they spake to Nabal according to all those words in the name of David, and ceased, right? Because David needed supplies, he needed food, he needed different things, because he was they were in a in the wilderness, right? So he needed help, right? And he helped Nabal, right, with his young men and protected them and made sure that everything was good with them. So he was asking for some food, which according to the law, you're supposed to give, right? If your brother asks, right? And it says, and Nabal answered David's servants and said, "Who is David? And who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. Shall I then take my bread and my water and my flesh that I have killed for my shearers, and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be?" So David's young men turned their way and went again, and came and told him all those sayings. And David said unto his men, "Gird ye on every man his sword." And they girded on every man his sword, and David also girded on his sword. And there went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff, right? So David was ready to put him to death. Okay, that's what was getting ready to happen. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, "Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them. But the men were very good unto us, and we were not hurt, neither missed we anything, as long as we were conversant with them. When we were in the fields, they were a wall unto us, both by night and day, all the while we were with them, keeping the sheep. Now therefore know and consider what thou wilt do, for evil is determined against our master and against all his household. For he is such a son of Belial that a man cannot speak to him." Right? Belial means like he's like a worthless guy, like a waste youth, as Jake would say over here. But what I want to do is I want to go to the name Nabal to show you that the way he was fit his name, right? And this was the name that his parents gave him, right? Nabal meaning fool, right? Right? You see what I'm saying? So his name fit. Okay, so that's a sign of that's showing you the sense of humor of the Heavenly Father, And there's different instances that show that as well, like even in Egypt, the plagues that they were being plagued with, they were being plagued by plagues that represented some of those false gods that they worshipped, like the frogs and the flies and so on and so forth. Okay. So if Trump is the one to be in office in that time, I look at that as a spiritual humor. Okay. Let's get 1 Corinthians 15 and 52. Have that in my notes, 1 Corinthians 15 and 52. And it reads, I'll start at verse 50. It says, "Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption." Right, so we can't inherit the kingdom of the Most High with these the corruptible bodies, these weak bodies. We need incorruptible bodies, which is what the Heavenly Father is going to bless us with. And that's going to be a reason why we're never going to sin and we're never going to die, because those bodies are going to be programmed to never sin. Right? Ultimately, it's going to be our spirit that's programmed as well. Right? It says, "Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep," meaning we're not all going to die, but we shall all be changed in this time. Right, the time that we're in now, some of us are not going to die, but we're going to be changed. All of us that are of the elect, right? Lord willing, I be of that number. As soon as you hit those chariots, man, you're going to change. Okay? It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Right. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So we're going to put on immortality. As soon as YAHAWAH delivers us and beams us up, right? Because simultaneously the missiles are going to be on its way to destroy Babylon the Great. Guess what? We're going to be changed to a completely new body. All you Israelites that, may have defects, and we all have defects. You brothers that may look like, Edomites or whatever the case may be, you're going to change at that moment. You're going to look just like how you're supposed to look. Your look is going to fit your spirit, and it's going to be a beautiful time, and it's going to be, hey man, we can't even describe it. Okay? But this is what's coming. This is what we have to look forward to. It says, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Okay? Because there ain't going to be no more death for the Israelites. Okay, that covenant, the new covenant, that's for the Israelites, where there's no more death, right? And we're not going to have to teach our neighbor, right? Because everyone's going to know Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's going to be written in our hearts. That's for the Israelites. That's not for the other nations. It clearly says in Hebrews 8 that this is the covenant that I shall make with Judah and Israel. Okay, so let me look up this word trump. The word is in the Greek salpinx, right? Salpinx, and it says a trumpet, right? We know that that goes back to trump is a short word of saying a trumpet, right? Go to the Strongs. It says what? It says the trumpet which will sound at the last day, a trumpet which sounds at God's command. Okay, it says, okay, so that's pretty much it with that. Let's see if there's any root words. The root word is salos, the tossing or swell of the sea. Okay, the tossing or swell of the sea, a vibration. Yeah, because the trumpet, these different instruments, they give off vibrations. Right? Yeah. Right. There's a different vibration depending on the time that you live in, right? Before the 2000s, there was a particular vibration, right? After 2001 with the towers, there was another vibration in the earth, right? After 2008, the whole crash, there was another vibration. After 2020, the C-19, there was another vibration. And now we're coming into a whole nother vibration, right? And then when we come up to that last Trump, it's going to be a different type of vibration, man. People are going to feel it, man. People are going to feel it. Going deeper into the root, it says the base. What does it say? The base? It says probably from the base of, they're saying this word probably comes from the base of the wag the tail of dogs. I'm thinking about that movie Wag the Tail on the dog, and that was dealing with politics as well. It says to flatter, fawn upon, to move agreeably, agitate, disturb, trouble, right? When that sound is going to stir things up. It's going to put a troubling vibration in the planet Earth. Okay, so anyways, I just want to go into that, see where where the rabbit hole leads, right? We see the Trump, the word salo, the root goes into vibration. So that's pretty interesting. But anyways, right, at this last Trump, guess what? Yahawashi is going to return, right? So let's go to Thessalonians 4. What's that? First Thessalonians 4? Yeah, First Thessalonians 4 and 16. Okay. You know, because we like to break things all the way down. This is what we learned from our apostles and elders. You know, so we go deep, but not too deep. This is First Thessalonians 4 and 16. It says, "For the Lord himself," matter of fact, let's go up to verse 13. It says, "But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahawashi died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahawashi will the Most High bring with him." Okay? It said, because they're going to be the first ones to enter into the chariots, the ones that die before Yahawashi comes back and that are not reincarnated. Guess what? They're going to be the first ones on the chariots. Okay? It says, "For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven." So he's coming down from the heavens, right? From the outer space, right? In the what they call the fourth dimension, okay? From heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first, right? So he's coming down with that trump, okay? That trumpet is going to be sounding, okay? Representing the last trump, okay? And then what he's going to do, he's going to come and destroy all your armies, and he's going to gather his elect, okay? And that may be in the time of Trump. Listen, Trump, he is America personified, the pride of America personified, the arrogancy of it, okay? And he represents the strength of America. They were saying that in the WEF meetings, that he represents the strength. What did the Democrats represent? They represented the weak. They represented the feebleness of America. That's the role that they were set up to play. He's coming in with strength. And by the way, I'm going to show you something very interesting dealing with that, because I just heard that today. You know that he represents the strength of America, right? Let's look up the name of Nero, the meaning of the name of Nero. I was looking up all his names because it's Nero, Claudius, Caesar, Augustus, Germanicus is his whole name. But let's go into this, right? The name of Nero. The name Nero means strong or vigorous. You see that? So the name of Nero actually means strong or vigorous. But look at this. What does the word Claudius mean? What does the word Claudius mean? And I have a cousin named Claudius. Very unique name. And this actually fits him, this definition. Right? It says strong-willed. Strong-willed. Right? It says fair and just, but he ain't fair and just. I'm going with strong-willed. So his name would literally mean strong-willed. Nero Claudius. Strong-willed. And that's how he's coming in. He's coming in. Oh, you better stop you better have a ceasefire before I get in there. If I get in there, all hell is going to break loose. So that's someone with a strong will. He's going to do what he wants to do. Right? You people, you Europeans in the European Union, you better start holding your weight. Canada, I'm gonna engulf. I'm gonna basically put tariffs on Canada that they can't handle it, so that we can take over Canada. We're gonna take over Greenland too. So this guy is speaking great things, man. And he's coming with that strong will. So he could definitely be that guy. And like I said, it would be very interesting. And it would be very spiritual, and it would be spiritually humorous to have him in there at the last trump, man. So with that, Lord, this is edifying to the elect, and I'll say shalom.